Okay, in this video, we are going to talk about the operation on the fancy calculator. How do we run the chi-square test, okay? So the chi-square test is test about the independency between two data sets. We get to use the matrix C to set up this table. So the size of the matrix is the rows times the column. So based on this information, we got 2 rows and 4 columns. So we get to enter the size of the matrix by using the calculator. Then we can enter the exactly number we see into the matrix C. Then go to the step and you'll use the test and check the chi-square test and make it do the calculation for us. I also want to talk about the degree of the freedom. So that is equal to rows number minus 1 times the column number minus 1 for the chi-square test. So based on this given information, we know that the degree of freedom is 2 minus 1 times 4 minus 1, which will be 3. So here we go. So step 1, we need to enter the size of the matrix C to enter this given information. So go to go to second matrix C right here, x to the inverse, okay? So we're going to pick one, which is okay. We want to edit that. So we're going to go to edit and enter. So now I get to tell it what is my size of the matrix C. So we mentioned about rows times column. That will be 2 by 4. Enter 2 by 4. So now I can enter each individual data. So what you see is what you got. One number wrong, everything is wrong. So 165 and 191, 203 and 101. And the next one will be 133. Next one will be 145. Next one will be 155. And the next one will be 78. So eagle eye. What you see is what you got. One number is wrong, came over. So now after this matrix C, we can go back to step and let it do the test for us. Go to test. So this is what we want. Go all the way down until you can see the chi-square test. So here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, chi-square test. Hit enter. So remember, the observed data is in A. Expect data is in B. If you say that, Ms. Ong, do I have any information in my expect data? You get to trust your calculator because you in charge about entering the data. So we just enter the data for A, which we just do the editing. So you just need to let the calculator and do the calculation for us. Hit enter. And this means we get a perfect answer. Degree of freedom is 3, which we got this is correct. And what will be my p-value? The p-value will be 0.982. Excellent. And this will be my chi-square critical. The chi-square number 0.169. So this is all the information we need. So that will be the GDC operation, okay? So make sure the known hypothesis for the chi-square test, we want to emphasize the independence between the two data. So this story talking about the preference of the sports versus the gender. So the known hypothesis, HO, had to be sports preference is independent of gender. So what will be my alternative? That will be it's not independent. Oh, that's easy, right? All right, I do want to talk about the expected number of the boys who prefer basketball. So remember, we have the data. We will have the grand total. So when you do the sum of the total, they are 660 boys. And when you sum the total, you get 511 girls. And when you sum each category, you will have the total. And you also have a grand total, everything all together. So to do the expected number, I have my denominator, that is my grand total. And what special thing they want me to look for? Had to be boys. So what will be the total number of boys? 660 times what will be the second thing they want us to focus on? Basketball. So the total number of the basketball, seeing is believing. is 336. So you times those together, divide the grand total, and that's how we get the expected number. Okay? Now, with the fancy calculator, we get the p-value 0.982. And how do we make a conclusion? So this p-value is compared with the significant level. Remember, significant level, we can change that to a decimal. So 5% is 0.05. So 0.982 is bigger than 0.05. Okay, so therefore, kind of think about the probability. When you have a 98%, that is way bigger than 5%. Of course, you will going to accept the null hypothesis, which means we can conclude that a student's sports preference is independent of the gender. And that's it. Perfect solution. That's all. Thank you.